Controversy over funding of mitigation projects has become a major threat to the much sought-after climate deal at the COP21 conference in Paris. Negotiators are battling to come up with a second draft of agreements that will determine whether there will be a final climate deal by the end of the week.
Money has become a major controversial issue at these negotiations. In fact, there are fears that they could stall if the financial aspects of the agreements are not concluded. A group of developing countries called BASIC, led by China, India, Brazil and South Africa, have upped the ante with only 3 days left in the negotiations. They insisted that the rich countries have made commitments to paying $100 billion a year to the Global Climate Fund until 2020. The money will help poor countries to adapt and mitigate the impact of rising temperatures. But not even half of that amount is in the fund at this point.
They have and developing world don't have. So haves will provide, haves not. So that's a simple logic. But actually, world was expected to mobilize $100 billion up to 2020. But it has not made much headway, and therefore the question of finance arises.
These countries are being criticized by their European counterparts of hiding behind the poor nations. The argument is that they are big economies and are also the worst emitters of gas emissions, and so should not line themselves up to benefit from money meant for the poor nations.
As the 4 countries that are forming part of a basic group, we are all actually taking actions in our respective countries, actions that we believe are really very far-reaching because we are good citizens of the world who actually contribute to the carbon emission reduction in a manner that we think are in accordance to the national circumstances that we can.
A final draft agreement is expected to be tabled on Wednesday to be ventilated by the Ministers of Environmental Affairs to see whether it's balanced to form the basis of a credible climate deal that is expected to be signed before the end of this week. Dixon, SABC News in Paris.